Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska for the I-80 rivalry matchup between the Husker Hockey Club and the Creighton Blue Jays. Jake Schrotz and Keegan Oliveira with you tonight. And Keegan, it's fun to be back here at the Breslow Center, somewhere where this Nebraska Hockey Club has not played in quite a while.
Yeah, Jake, it's been quite a bit, and it's great to be back. Nebraska kind of coming in on a slump, have lost their last 4 games, so you can expect they're excited to be back at home and finally get that losing streak over with.
And for the Blue Jays, they had a hot start to this 24-25 campaign. Four of their first 5 came in victory, but since early October, they haven't found a win since.
Yeah, they've had a lot of struggles as well. 0-5 in their last 5 games. Granted, they did play some great competition in that slate, but now traveling down I-80 to Lincoln to take on the Huskers. Creighton will also be trying to end their losing streak here tonight as well.
And tonight here in Lincoln, it is Military Appreciation Day, and we will have a ceremonial puck drop from retired Colonel Kenneth J. Brownell, who's part of the Military and Veteran Success Center here at the University of Nebraska. Retired Air Force. He will get to drop that ceremonial puck in just a bit, but should be a fun one today in Lincoln. One of the first times we've seen returner from injury in Timmy Leroy this season. He was out early in the 2024 season, but seems to be back and maybe better than ever. As we will take a break for the national anthem. So in net tonight for Nebraska will be number 30, Jacob Morgan, playing his 11th game of the season, 6-3 record. And the goaltending is going to be very important in this matchup for the Huskers.
Yeah, definitely. Goaltending important in every matchup, but in this one specifically, especially with the Huskers coming in on a losing streak, they need to get a lot of shots on net, get a lot of goals to go in. Charles Calderon, last 7 straight games has let up 4 or more goals. Huskers need to keep putting that puck on net.
Could be a potentially high-scoring matchup here tonight in Lincoln. Here is the ceremonial puck drop on Military Appreciation Night. It's the 2 captains for Nebraska and Creighton, Nate Weber on the left and Sam Hingsberger over there on the right for the Blue Jays, out there to join. So there it is, the ceremonial puck drop. We expect an exciting atmosphere here tonight in Lincoln at the John Breslow Ice Center. Jake Schrantz and Keegan Oliveira with you here tonight. Huskers looking for another win at the John Breslow Ice Center. Haven't played here since November 16th, and they've been in a 1-4 stretch away from home. So a big-time matchup, trying to get things back on track to start the spring semester. Nate Weber, Chuck Altier will take the opening face-off. Huskers in the special uniforms tonight, which will be auctioned off after the game in favor of Military Appreciation Night as we get underway. Over to the right side now, Nate Weber tries to send one on net off the pad of Charles Calderon. So a quick early shot that time for Nebraska.
I'm going to say smart play by Weber there. Just get some early shots, kind of test Calderon a little bit.
Poked at in the corner. Big hit as Creighton tries to take control of the puck in the neutral zone. The Huskers will move it back. Off the wall, back to Weber. Got it poked away. That time by Jay McCown. A lot of offense out there for Creighton tonight. Kubicek and Chuck Altier. You can pick out Altier easily with that gold helmet here tonight. He leads the Blue Jays in goals. We'll see if his name gets called here tonight.
Good forecheck there by Beach down low.
Beach, aggressive player anytime he's in the offensive zone, but he moves it back out toward the point. This time Bonthius lets it get by him as the Blue Jays are able to get it out. Here comes Altier with a head of steam into Nebraska territory. Tried to flick it away in the corner, but good defensive recovery that time by Nebraska. And now Leroy with a head of steam. Working left to right, got it stolen away. Blue Jays able to clear it out, and the Huskers have to chase it down with Bonthius. He works it behind the net, and we have a penalty early on.
I wonder if they're just calling that an icing, a very late icing call there.
Yeah, Bonthius was pretty much right there on the puck. I'm not sure why they would call that.
Yeah, definitely a delayed call there by the officials. But the Huskers come out early, some pretty good puck movement, some great chances in the O-zone. Haven't played in 48 days. Expect them coming out with some fire and to be moving their feet.
Hunter Brickle steps to the dot for Nebraska, waiting for this draw. As the Huskers still up for grabs, and maybe a stick up high at the helmet of Timmy Leroy. No call, though.
Yeah, Leroy took that to the back of the head. Can't believe there wasn't a call there.
Loose puck behind the goal line as Middleton is able to bring it back out. Blue Jays have possession before Morgan covers it up in the crease.
That was an interesting play there at center ice with Leroy trying to get the puck. I'm not sure which Blue Jay it was, but trying to come down and make a play on the puck just took a bit of a tomahawk chop at the back of Timmy Leroy's head. He was okay, didn't go down, continue to play on.
Face off, won by the Blue Jays as they send it down below the goal line. Huskers get it off the stick of Heath Topol before a shot gets flicked on that time by Patrick Kroski. Still nothing in this game, about 2 minutes in. Loose puck, and Topol tried to take it, but blew a tire on his way to the puck. As a big hit on Topol leaves the Huskers in the neutral zone. McGinnis lets it get by. Still in Creighton territory, though. Lucius, the newcomer for Nebraska, had the puck for a moment. Now Pate will throw it toward the net, off the stick of Calderon and out of play.
Heath Topol there taking a big hit, but still a great play by Topol, sticking with the puck, getting the puck back to his D-man so they can make an offensive rush into the zone. Gets a good chance, even a shot on net there. Great play there by Heath Topol.
So we'll have a face-off in Creighton territory. Still trying to figure out who Nebraska will send to it. It's the big forward, Nate Weber, team captain this season. As he tries to win it back, still up for grabs, and now Creighton takes it the other way. Here they come in transition. Backtracking are the Huskers defensively as Rogers tries to get in there and poke it free. Still behind the goal line now is Swiler fighting for it. Now in front of the net, Huskers will take it the other way. Here comes Beach, gets slammed into the boards. Now Weber takes it to the right side, gets stuck in the corner, lost the puck for a moment, and Creighton able to force a turnover. Sean Burns works behind the net and sends a pass up in front.
Yeah, it was kind of a careless pass there by Nate Weber. Just tried throwing it out, hoping to find a stick in front of the net. No one home, only blue jerseys around to intercept that puck.
Beach once again trying to apply some pressure up in front of the net. Puck still loose, now in the stick of Swiler. Decent chance that time for Nebraska to throw something at net. Not able to, though, as this one's just cleared out, and Creighton will bring in a couple of new skaters onto the ice.
You want to get as many early shots as possible here. Here we go.
Altier nearly sends that one through, a little bit wide to the far side as the puck goes off the near side board. Good defense that time by Nebraska as they try to turn it into some offense now with Leroy, but he can't take control of the puck as it goes tumbling behind the goal line. Morgan sends it to the far side over to Zach Merritt, one of the top defenders on this Husker team. He gets it across the Creighton line. And back and forth we go. Now it's Bonthius, got it stolen away by Altier. From the circle now, trying to send it over the shoulder of Jacob Morgan, but a good deflection. Puck taken now by Leroy. 2-on-3 break. Leroy tries to go in between, and the shot is a little bit wide. Huskers on the rebound. Can't quite put it in that time. Good defense by Creighton as they avoid that possession. Fight for it in the neutral zone, and the Huskers take it on their own side. Stretch pass up in front, trying to find Cavedo as the puck is loose in the neutral zone. Kubicek can't take control of it, and now Sturl sends it across this center ice. Here comes Sam Hingsberger, the team captain. Jammed up a bit by Greg Pate, the big Husker defender that time. Creighton has to reset it here as Anderson's pass taken away. Huskers will bring in a new skater as Whitehills heads to the bench. Here's Pate. And the Huskers not really able to get much in the offensive zone over the last couple of minutes. Still scoreless here in Lincoln. Here comes Middleton. Tried to go between two defenders. Now it's chased down with McGinnis. Behind the goal line still. Sent to the other side as Nebraska tries to clear it out. Long pass intercepted. Anderson sent it over to Middleton, who got jammed up into the Husker bench. Creighton clears it out, and Morgan will deliver it behind his net. Long pass to Topol. 1-on-2. He'll go behind the goal line, and he actually gets slammed up by Anderson. Topol gets back up on his skates, tries to get a chance at the net, but doesn't get to. Nice steal that time by Creighton as they send it behind the net of Nebraska. Loose puck. Swiler fighting for it. Got it kicked away though. Big hit right in front of us as Swiler put a nice shot there on McGinnis. Loose puck in the neutral zone. Nebraska takes advantage over the head of Chuck Altier. Nearly found a steal right there. That's a way to use your noggin. Loose puck. Altier got poked free. Nice little stick job that time by Bonthius, who just pops it up into the Creighton zone. Lucius tries to swing at it. Didn't find it though. Altier in the offensive zone for Creighton. Puck stays behind the net though. Not a lot of shots on goal over the past few minutes for either of these sides.
No, definitely not. Expect the Huskers to play a lot of dump-in chase hockey. They haven't been having the greatest success carrying the puck in, so expect them to kind of throw it in the zone, go in and dig deep for it.
Weber slowly brings it across the line, but once again, Creighton's defense is game. Beach tries to feed it down low to Weber, who has to just deliver it up top, and the Huskers will reset with Leslie.
I like that decision there to give it back to Leslie, kind of regroup with your guys and put the puck back in the zone.
Leslie, usually a trusted decision maker for this Husker offense, as they try to work it around the boards. Good defense that time by Lachey, and now it's Altier. Coming from right to left as he slices into the Husker zone. Altier drops it off for Kubicek. Haven't called his name much here this season, but was one of the top goal scorers in the ACHA Division III level a season ago. Kubicek with the puck on his stick down low. Spinning around, trying to avoid Weber. Now below the goal line. Creighton looking for an angle. That one misses a little bit wide to the far side. Nice little shot there from Bishop Schugel. As we're nearly 8 minutes into period one, still scoreless between Nebraska and Creighton. Here comes Kroski over to the left side, tries to get toward the circle, but Beach is there with his stick. Kroski steals the pass, and now here's a chance for Creighton. Hingsberger tried to center it for Kroski, but a nice deflection and a cover up in net by Jacob Morgan.
Great save there by Morgan as he's slowly starting to get tested more and more. But for the Huskers, when they're in their own zone on the defensive set, the wingers need to get down lower for the breakout. We can't have guys flying up into the neutral zone while the puck is down at the near hash marks. We need the wingers to stay lower, make the breakout as easy as possible for your goalie and D-man.
Burns sends one toward the net, deflected out of play. So we'll have another face-off in the Nebraska zone as Creighton won the draw. And as you mentioned, Nebraska struggled to get it out of the zone. This is really the first time all game where Morgan has been consistently tested. We'll see if he can stay strong in net.
And this is never a side you want to see yourself stuck on. When you're in the defensive zone, can't get the puck out, you're throwing the puck away, causing turnovers. Need to slow it down, get the puck, regroup, get that puck out of the zone.
Sam Hingsberger, playing his 54th career game for Creighton tonight, is in there for the draw. Won it back to Burns, who sends it toward the net as Greg Pate takes it away for Nebraska. A little bit of a whiff on that pass attempt. Huskers just trying to clear it out safely. Middleton applying some nice pressure on the forecheck as Nebraska may have a chance this time now with Mardessen as he's able to poke it free. Losing flicks it up ahead. As now for one of the first time in a few minutes, the puck stays in the Creighton zone. Middleton jammed up a bit against the boards. Creighton has to work it back. Leroy puts his stick up in front of Sturl, and now Creighton brings it the other way. Contested in the neutral zone, now in front of the Husker bench. And it goes out of play. It looked like both sides couldn't really find where the puck had gone, but the whistle sounds at 10:51.
And the last couple minutes, Creighton has looked like they have had the foot up on Nebraska. Nebraska, a team that hasn't played together since December 7th, which was a 7-4 loss to Kansas. It's been 48 days. Yes, 48 days since they have played an organized game together. Creighton played a series of games just last week and has a couple of slashes on the right wing there. But Creighton, a group that has played a couple of games together since the winter break. Huskers, first time together in quite some time.
Creighton played in Omaha against the Mavericks last weekend, dropped both games. As now Nebraska in transition with Jackson Beach, 1-on-3, sends one wide to the right side. Decent attempt there by the Huskers' leading point scorer this season, averaging nearly the top points per game average in the entire Silver West Division. As that one sent toward the net by Pate, gloved down by Calderon. When Nebraska gets Beach involved, that's when they're most dangerous. As Creighton, long stretch pass out in front for Reiser. Didn't get a shot that time. Swiler jammed up against the boards. Pate backhands it out into neutral ice.
You know, you're kind of okay with plays like that. Pate throws it into the neutral zone. Have the Blue Jays decide what to do next. Huskers get all their guys on the ice, get some fresh guys on the ice. Let Creighton decide the next move.
Schwab rainbows the puck tumbling behind the goal line. And he will head for the bench. Brings in Altier once again. Now it's the shifty Heath Topol sending a shot high. Off the window up top. As it stays in play, Huskers trying to keep it in the zone. Not a lot of time in the O-zone for Nebraska this time as Altier right off the bench gets behind the net and curls around. Lost his footing though as Merritt goes toppling on top of him. Kubicek pass taken away. As the Huskers fight for it on the near side board. This time McGinnis will go across. Try to get it back to McGinnis. Puck skips away though. Hits the net and that will stop the clock. Halfway through the first period, still 0-0.
Some good chances on both ends of the ice. Still looking for that ice-breaking first goal. A couple of good chances. The great chance there by Heath Topol. Topol just such a fun player to watch. Not the biggest guy, only 5'6", 150. But he's great on his feet. He's great with the puck. A great addition on the Nebraska Husker Hockey Club.
Hingsberger wins the face-off. Shot that time by Krosky from the point. Doesn't go through Morgan as he count the pads down. Puck goes ringing around the boards. Huskers trying to get it out now with Topol. He tried to go through the legs of Sturl. Wasn't quite able to though as he got clipped with that collision.
Yeah, Topol looked like he was about to get exploded at center ice, but does a great job absorbing the hit.
Lucius gets it stolen away in Husker territory. Spin around shot that time does not go.
Had Patrick Krosky pretty open there on the back door, just didn't see him, it seems like.
A little bit of late contact after the whistle between Schugel for Creighton. And it looks like that was maybe Quevedo for Nebraska. A little bit of chippiness early on in period one.
It's a nice little how you doing stick tap. Let you know that they're here. Quite a bit of physicality too early in this game. Still waiting for that first goal.
These teams know each other well. They play multiple times every season. A guy like Nate Weber, the team captain for Nebraska, he's seen this Creighton team quite a few times in his career, as now Adamski tries to send one up high and just gets gloved down by Calderon in the crease. About 8.5 left in period one. Neither side is able to establish any sort of dominance in a scoreless game so far.
Good play there by Adamski. Just throw it on net. You never know what will happen. Goes into the glove of Calderon. Now the Huskers have an offensive draw with the first line out there now.
Weber going to try to win it. Instead, the Blue Jays take control of the puck with Kroski behind the goal line. He swings it around. Back to Kroski as they try to take care of the puck in their own zone. Now it's Sturl. Gets across center ice and bounces it off the wall. Morgan tries to leave it for a teammate, but in dangerous territory. Kroski. Some early action in this game for Patrick Kroski, as there's a shot up in front in the slot. Good save, though, by Jacob Morgan. Eyes in the back of his head off that delivery.
Morgan's without his stick.
Fight for it on the near side. Looks like one Husker has fallen down. I think that's Leslie. As they continue to fight for the puck, neither side able to control it. Now Creighton backtracks with Sturl.
I believe Leslie gave Jacob Morgan his stick. Morgan's stick was out in the left circle, and so Leslie said, here, you can take my stick, and that's why Leslie was sliding without a stick.
Altier loses the puck. Pate, nice job there with his stick. Taking a steal for Nebraska, and with about 7.5 to go, Huskers trying to keep it in Creighton territory. Beach tries to poke at it in front of the bench, nearly takes it away, as now Kubicek up in front. Two Husker defenders meet him, as now on the far corner, a bit of a whiff that time, taken away by Lachey. Lachey stolen now. Huskers with a head of steam. Here's Leroy. He whiffs on a shot from the circle. Had a good opportunity at it, though.
Just took his eye off it.
Losing tried to make some contact. Now in front. Nice deflection by Pate to save that shot. Huskers coming the other way. Now it's Leroy. Leroy, two defenders in front of him. Waits for numbers with Mardessin now. Back up top. Losing saves it with his right skate and keeps it up in front. Now it's Leroy from the right side. Lost it off the stick for a moment. Huskers bring it back up top. Losing lets it get by. They'll have to reset now with Bonthius. Husker numbers falling off as they make the change, as Bonthius will send it right into the chest of Calderon. And once again, we've got some late action after the whistle.
Yeah, I believe that's Losing. Losing that took a good chop there. Or that's Leroy, excuse me. Timmy Leroy took a good chop of a Blue Jay there. I've seen a couple sticks being swung at each other. No penalties called yet throughout this game. It's all been 5-on-5.
Burns backhands it around the net as the Blue Jays come into neutral zone, bringing it with Hingsberger, trying to center it for someone. Middleton wasn't there for the pass, though. So now here come the Huskers coming the other way. Nice sliding effort by Hingsberger to kind of deflect that pass. May have saved some transition offense by the Huskers. Fight forward by the Nebraska line. Pass out in front. Here comes Leroy once again. Sends it from way outside. Nice save by Calderon. The rebound was there, but Whitehill wasn't able to take advantage. So Sturl steers it around the net. Puck is loose for a moment, poked at, and Quevedo will try to get after it in the corner. Puck goes sliding behind the goal line. Middleton and Pate waiting for it. Pate takes it for a moment. Tumbling bodies on the far corner. Sturl will try to once again get it out of Creighton territory. Pass taken away by Adamski. Huskers applying some good pressure here on the forecheck.
Huskers had a great opportunity there with Leroy and Whitehill. Leroy put the puck on quick while Whitehill crashes in that. First guy crashed in that hard and looked for that rebound.
Here's Adamski now from the circle. Tried to center it for Weber. That one was right in front of the crease, just could not fit it through Calderon. So now Pate backtracking. Tries to bank it off the window. Now it's Weber. Decent chance against 2 defenders. He sends it off to Beach. Beach tries to go backhand and scores! What a shot to untie this scoreless game as it's high tide in Lincoln.
It's the freshman Jackson Beach once again, his 13th goal of the season, 30th point in the ACHA. Nebraska caught Creighton on a change. Nate Weber walks the puck in, leaves it for Beach. Beach, who makes a great move left with a wide open cage. Huskers strike first.
Jackson Beach came into tonight tied for the 4th most goals in the Silver West Division. And once again, he strikes. Huskers lead it 1-0 with about 4.5 left in period 1. They're trying to add on to it now with Timmy Leroy as he sends it in front of the net. Decent attempt that time. Puck still loose in Creighton territory. And Nebraska will try to reset it now. Puck slapped at and maybe taken away by Altier. Here he comes with Kubicek to his right side if he wants him. Kubicek sends one, but a nice glove job by Morgan as he reached out with that left hand.
A little bit of room upstairs is where Zach Kubicek was looking, but the freshman Jacob Morgan with the great glove save. Oregon appeared in 10 games this season, 6 wins, 3 regulation losses, and a shootout loss. He's been the top netminder for this Husker Hockey Club this season.
Creighton takes control after the draw in Nebraska's zone. Puck off to the left side now. Leroy tries to clear it out of there, but nice job keeping it in by Anderson. Rogers deals it back behind the line. Huskers have the 1-goal advantage. Banked off the wall. Leroy will take it. Over to the middle. Now it's McGinnis against 4 Creighton defenders. Leroy from the right side off the crossbar. Trying to go over the top left shoulder of Charles Calderon, but just missed it a little high.
And they're going to get a Blue Jay here for hooking, I believe. I believe it's going to be Altier. Hard to miss with the yellow bucket.
And that's a tough loss.
For the official call. But they're going to get Leachy instead, I believe, on the hook.
It's the first penalty of the game here tonight between Nebraska and Creighton. Power play for the Huskers, already up 1-0. They'll have 2 minutes of 5-on-4. Weber, the team captain, ready for the faceoff. Another whistle. Looks like Weber will step out. So Davis Mardessen will take the draw.
You can imagine the Huskers are going to look for Jackson Beach on the point here. He leads the team with 6 power play goals this season.
Back to the circle. Now back up top. Merritt over to the opposite side with Beach now. Beach from the mid-slot trying to find an angle. He's already scored 1 goal here tonight. That's how it stands at 1-0 just a couple of minutes ago.
Hard to keep him off the score sheet.
2nd most points per game in the entire Silver West as that shot is a whiff. Back up top with Beach. Over to the right circle. Leroy looking for an angle. Tried the one-timer. Nice deflection that time on the penalty kill. Hingsberger steps out. Quick change for Creighton as Merritt drops it off for Weber. Weber back up top to Beach. Feeds down low to Weber. Tried to get it inside toward that middle area for the Husker one-timer, but once again it skips away. So Merritt with the long pass to Beach. Beach takes it one-on-one from the right side, and Calderon will just cover it up. Solid 57 seconds of the penalty kill right there for Creighton. A couple of deflections in front of the net.
Yeah, good job by Creighton keeping the puck on the outside. Looks like Nebraska was trying to get into that slot area where Mardessen was lined up, looking for that one-timer. Just fanned on one. Creighton doing a good job keeping the Huskers to the outside. Already knocked off 57 seconds left. Get some fresh guys on the ice. Only 1:03 to go on this Huskers power play.
Losing over to the right side. Now it's Joey Lucius in his Husker debut. Back to Losing. Pass gets deflected again by Creighton. Brickell tries to keep it in front of the crease as it gets poked out to Lucius. Lucius off the skate of Schugel, stays in play. Losing feeds down low. About 40 seconds and counting on the Husker power play. Already up 1-0 thanks to a goal from Jackson Beach a few minutes ago. Dugan brings it back out to the point. Now it's Lucius from the right side. Down low feed from Lojing. Nothing there for it though, as Dugan fights in the corner against a couple of defenders, keeps it behind the goal line. About 15 seconds on the Husker power play. Lojing has to skate back, and Morgan will keep it up in front. Maybe try to take advantage of these last few seconds of the power play, not quite.
I think you wanted to take advantage of the change that Creighton was making. You had a guy all alone, would have been an easy breakaway, but just couldn't connect on the pass.
Lojing now in Nebraska's zone. Creighton trying to get maybe a tie game at 1, now that it's back to 5-on-5. Krosky gets it to Altier. He sits with a puck behind the net. Dangerous zone that time. Kubicek poking at it. Haven't called his name much yet. Now the Huskers with some good defense, bringing it into neutral ice. What a hit by Quevedo as he just absolutely levels Sturl that time. No penalty off that one, just a clean hit by Jake Quevedo as there's less than 50 seconds in period 1. Huskers trying to head into the intermission with the goal advantage. Krosky from the circle now, sends it up in front of the net. Nice deflection though. Sturl tried to get it down low. Huskers still poking at it with Quevedo. Kubicek to the right side of the net, tries to go backhand. Morgan looking behind his left shoulder as the Husker defense tries to survive a couple more seconds. About 20 seconds left in period 1. Long outlet, clears it out. And with that, that might end the first period. So we now have a whistle, and they will call the icing. So we'll have another draw in Nebraska territory. Chance here with about 12 seconds left for Creighton to even things up at 1 here in period 1.
What a hit that was by Jake Quevedo at the blue line, right? I mean, the reverse hit sent the man on the ice. And a play like that is a real momentum booster for your team. The guys on the bench are going to love that, but the Huskers need to play lockdown defense here with 12.3 to go. Can't let Creighton get any momentum here.
Puck is loose in the corner. Huskers just trying to keep it away from any Creighton stick at this point. 5 seconds and counting. Less than 3 in the first period, and that is going to do it for the first 20 minutes between Nebraska and Creighton. The lone goal in this game, it's Jackson Beach off the assist of Nate Weber as we sit 1-0 after the first period. Stick with us here on the Husker Hockey YouTube channel. Period 2 and 3 coming right up after this. Welcome back to Lincoln, Nebraska. Huskers and Blue Jays here tonight. 1-0 lead for the Huskers here at home at the John Breslow Ice Center. It was a goal by Jackson Beach off the assist of Nate Weber. About 15 minutes into period one. That's how we've got to 1-0. Creighton in the last series against Omaha last weekend gave up 12 goals in 2 games, all of them against tonight's starting goaltender, Charles Calderon. So we'll see if Nebraska can keep it going offensively as we get set for the opening face-off of period 2. Altier in there for Creighton as Nebraska wins it back. Flick it up in front with Leroy, who nearly scored after Jackson Beach's goal in the first period. And here comes Altier now. Altier 2-on-1 with a couple of defenders trailing up in front toward the crease, but a nice poke job that time. Huskers bring it out in front. Sturl kicks it back in. Brickle steers it back behind the goal line and rings it around the wall. Now Pate pokes it back to the other side. Losing just trying to get the puck out from in front of this Nebraska zone. So far through 20 minutes and counting, Jacob Morgan in net for Nebraska has been pretty solid. Nothing's fit through, and a couple of glove jobs as well. Now it's Lachey centering it over to Kubicek. Just kind of ricochets off of his stick, though. Not often you see Kubicek give up a pass like that.
Yeah, Huskers are lucky he didn't get a full grasp on that catch. It would have been a great opportunity right in the slot for the Blue Jays.
You know, Kubicek likes to put him in the back of the net. Had 17 goals a season ago. Nearly a single season record for Creighton. Now here comes Schugel. 2-on-2 break. Schugel tries to go between the legs of Pate, and the puck skips behind the goal line.
That's a simple play there by Pate, but it drives the forward out wide, preventing the shot. So great job there by Pate, just getting a little body and making sure that that forward doesn't get to the net and get a shot off.
About a minute and a half into period 2, shot by Krosky right into the chest of Jacob Morgan in net tonight for Nebraska. So we'll have a face-off in Husker territory. Sam Hingsberger to the dot for Creighton. His best season was a couple of years ago, 13 points in 12 games played, 10 of them goals, but been a little bit quiet since then. Puck gets flicked behind the goal line now as Middleton trails it, tries to center it in front for Schugel, who just tackled a Husker defender that time. Krosky's shot deflected by Beach as Nebraska tries to get it out from in front of Morgan. Merritt, that pass deflected. Krosky keeps it in across the Nebraska line. Beach, with Krosky in his shadow, tried to get it past him. But now here's Middleton, the right side, down low, gets past Schugel. Krosky couldn't handle a pass, and it goes ringing around the wall once again. Here's Beach in transition across the Creighton line. Goes between the stick, now a backhand pass stolen away. Here's McGinnis, who sends a shot, looked like it deflected off of Middleton's leg. Puck still in possession of the Huskers as they keep it in.
Good forecheck there by McGinnis. Keep moving his feet.
Leslie backtracking as the puck skips into neutral ice. Now brings it in against 2 Creighton defenders in front of him. Nearly got tripped up as the puck slowly goes gliding by. Calderon still loose in front of the net. Calderon is out of the crease, and he gets back up with the puck sliding toward Nebraska territory. Swiler tries to center it right there for Reiser, but unable to. Bit of a scramble from both sides, and Jacob Morgan says, "I will cover that up gladly."
Yeah, don't mind if I do. Goalies don't mind freezing the play, slowing things down, but Huskers got to be happy with how this game has been going so far. You've played 20 minutes, you go out of the period with the lead. You can't count Creighton out. Creighton is a high-scoring team, 59 goals for this year, almost 5 goals scored a game. So if you're Nebraska, you're happy that that score is 1-0 right now.
This is the same Creighton team that took down Nebraska 2-0 in a series earlier this year in September. As that rainbow pass gets smacked down, and Creighton takes the puck and flicks it into the neutral zone. Pate trying to handle it as the defenseman back there for Nebraska as Reiser gets tripped up. Nothing called, and now they will call it. believe Nebraska getting called for the tripping there around the Creighton line.
Yeah, it's about as easy of a penalty as you can call if you're a referee. Gregory Pay just trying to make a play on the puck. Unfortunately, catches a lot of laces instead. Creighton will head to the power play.
So maybe the best chance for the Blue Jays here tonight. They've got their goal scorers out there with Hingsberger, Altier, and Zach Kubicek. With a 5-on-4 advantage, Jacob Morgan has quite the task in net for the Big Red hockey team. 2 minutes of 5-on-4. Here's Kubicek from the slot. He just bounces it over to the right side as Rogers tries to keep it away from Jacob Morgan in net. Now it's Kubicek from the point over to the center. Altier dishes it back. Burns gets it back down low to Altier in the circle. Beach is able to flop it up in the air and clear it out for a moment to kill some of this clock. About a minute and a half left on this 2-minute minor.
Yeah, Creighton's got some great goal scorers on this power play unit right now. Zach Kubicek, 2 goals and 5 assists in 2 games versus Nebraska this year. And their leading goal scorer, Chuck Altier, 3 goals and 2 assists in 2 games versus Nebraska this year.
The top line is out there for Creighton, but what do you know? Jackson Beach 1-on-4 with a 1-man disadvantage. He gets jammed up in the corner, though, as Schugel is able to take the puck away. Huskers got to get back here. Still about a minute left on the power play for Creighton. As Burns gets slammed into the boards that time by Mardessen, who sends it now across to Schugel. Centering pass was there, but Mardessen able to steal it away, and once again, puck goes tumbling into Creighton territory.
A couple of great plays there by the freshman Jackson Beach, getting that puck in Creighton's zone, holding it in the corner, just try to kill as much time as possible, and then the little poke there to get the puck out of the zone. 2 simple but highly effective plays from Jackson Beach.
Up in front, Middleton's shot off the pad of Jacob Morgan in net. Huskers once again slide it out of there and clear it out to kill this penalty timer. About 20 seconds left on the 5-on-4 advantage for Creighton. So now Mason Anderson soars ahead, gets it to Lachey. Down low in front of the net, centering pass gets past Lachey, and now the Huskers come the other way. Lucius not able to keep it on his stick, but does get it into the Creighton zone as the power play is over for the Blue Jays. Back to 5-on-5 as Merritt unable to smack it away, and now another whistle, I believe, in offsides here.
Yeah, Merritt didn't make much contact there with the Blue Jay, but the step up there, looking like he's gonna lay a hit, kind of interrupts the play and kind of throws a little confusion between the Blue Jays forward. Puck rolls into the O zone, offsides, and faceoff comes back out into the neutral zone.
Be a big win here at the draw for Nebraska to get it in offensive territory and maybe add on to this 1-0 lead. Barthius swings it back to the opposite side. A little bit of a whiff on the pass. Huskers do maintain the puck, though. Right in front of us on the near side. McGinnis and Lucius trying to get control of the puck. It's now Merritt behind the goal line. This big hit in the corner as Creighton tries to get it out of there. Lucius sends one toward the net, missed it wide to the far side. 6 minutes gone, period 2. Huskers still have the 1-0 lead. Barthius from the point, dishes it back down low. Swiler. Creighton able to get this one all the way across toward the Nebraska goal line, and Huskers will take the icing. Creighton doesn't like the call as Barthius was about a couple of feet from the puck.
Yeah, a couple of upset Blue Jays there as the faceoff comes down to the end of Creighton as we get, I believe this is the second line out there for the Huskers, with Brickell taking the draw.
Hunter Brickell ready at the dot, and looks like Creighton takes it for a moment, but the Huskers are able to chase after it. Blue Jays now in transition. Here comes Reiser. He'll just clap one toward Morgan, who just grabs it out of the sky. Bit of an aggressive shot right there, but maybe you don't mind it down by 1.
He put some confidence behind that shot. Walk into the zone, take a clapper. Some Steve Eiserman lookalikes there, but you get the offensive draw. It looks like the puck was going wider than that anyways, but to be able to have Morgan glove it, freeze it, you get the offensive draw.
Anderson's shot attempt gets off the skate of one of the Huskers. So Sturl will backtrack it. Huskers trying to apply some pressure here with Brickle. He does poke it for a moment. Backhand in front of the net, nearly fit through. Creighton avoids a dangerous situation, is now coming the other way quickly. Kubicek tries to center it for Lachey, but it glides by his stick.
It was Timmy Leroy that got that shot. That's the kind of forecheck you need if you're the Huskers, if you want to get some sneaky goals.
Nearly halfway through period 2, Nebraska nearly made it 2-0 here at the John Breslow Ice Center. Anderson passes it back as Creighton tries to reset. Another deflection, and here come the Huskers again. We have a penalty.
They're just going to call that offsides. Leroy didn't know it was offsides. That's why he skated hard to the puck. Ref had his arm in the air. Leroy didn't even make eye contact with the ref to see that it was offsides. He thought it was fair play. That's why he went full steam ahead right to that puck, as there's a little pushing and shoving between Leroy and Altier there at the end of the play. But a great shift there from Leroy to near great chances there for the Huskers.
Middleton chasing after it as Rogers kind of lays him out. Nebraska trying to get it back up in front in the O-zone. Anderson takes it on his stick, and he'll take it himself against two defenders right into the chest of Jacob Morgan. It sounded like the Husker bench was trying to get Leroy's attention on that possession where he ended up getting called for the offside. Just may not have hurt him.
Yeah, I think they just wanted him to pick his head up and know that it was an offside. He had no idea that that's what the call on the ice was. His teammates just trying to make him alert and trying to not touch the puck, but it's a fast-paced game, and sometimes you don't notice things quick enough.
Anderson sends it up head high into the corner, goes ringing around behind the net. Pressure again by Hingsberger. Anderson with a big hit from behind, and he gets laid out for it.
That was Beach that took a big shot there. Didn't see him coming, but wait for him to get back in the play.
Now it's Anderson from the circle. Good deflection in net by Morgan. Creighton still have control of the puck as Sturl tries to bring it across, and I think once again we'll have a face-off with the offside. Seemed like some of the Blue Jays were trying to head to the bench to check out, and Sturl may have had a mistake right there.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling when all your guys are back in the neutral zone. You're ready to break the puck into the O zone, but you got one guy just a little bit too eager that goes offsides. I've done that a couple times in my career, and the guys on your bench will not appreciate that one.
So now here comes Reiser as that shot rises over the net. Missed it a little high. Leroy takes control of the puck, and Nebraska moves it in transition. Here's McGinnis, drops it off. Actually, check that. That's Lucius coming across the center. Got it taken away by Swiler. Swiler now, centering pass, snapped away from Lucius. Puck goes careening and tumbling into Creighton territory. About 11 minutes and counting left in period 2. Burns swings it around the net. Bobdius keeps it in for Nebraska. Krosky lays out a Husker on the far side. So now here comes Schwab. And Morgan will leave it for Zach Merritt.
You can see the physicality from Creighton really rising throughout this period.
Lucius dumps it in, and he'll head for the bench. A couple of changes coming in for Nebraska as the second line steps onto the ice. Eric Lojing now keeps it in. Now Pate will have to come and chase. They'll have an icing call and face-off coming in Creighton territory, so maybe a chance once again for Nebraska to find some more offense and extend on this 1-goal lead.
Yeah, Charles Calderon hasn't seen too much action on his end throughout this period, almost halfway through this period. Let up 4 or more goals in 7 straight games. He's having himself a pretty good night tonight. Only 1 allowed, but it is the only goal scored so far.
Give up the 1 goal to one of the best scorers in the entire
Sometimes that's all you need.
Jackson Beach with a backhand goal about 15 minutes into period 1. Haven't seen a score since then. Now here comes Sturl. Goes around Brickle. Sturl in front of the net. Slides by, and the puck goes high over the crossbar. Altier keeps it in front as that deflection off the shot of Lachey keeps it still scoreless for Creighton. Brickle trying to keep it away from any more Creighton offensive players as he steers the puck away from Zach Kubicek. Altier fighting for it, and Creighton sends it across ice. Here comes Schugel across the Nebraska line. Good defense though with Lozier. That slap shot goes careening past the net.
Huskers need to keep moving their feet. Schugel was able to sail through the Huskers' O-zone there, and they look a step faster than the Big Red. Huskers need to keep moving.
Schugel once again tried to leave it in front in the slot, but there was nobody there to receive the pass. So Creighton backtracks it. Now a little bit of pressure with Cuvedo. Huskers starting to pick up some steam here as they see the puck in the O-zone. Shot goes up over the top of the crossbar, but they keep it in now. Pate lost the possession for a moment. He'll put his head down and skate toward it as Sturl takes control of the puck behind the goal line. Some Huskers meet him defensively and take control. Backhand pass up in front. Here's Cuvedo once again from the left side. Lost it off his stick for a moment. Kind of a mishandled opportunity right there. Anderson takes it the other way for Creighton. About 11 and a half gone here in period 2. Still 1-0. A lone goal coming from Jackson Beach late into period 1. Charles Calderon has been game this entire period, regardless of how many times he's been tested. Weber gets it to Beach. Top line out there for the Huskers now. Beach tries to center it up in front, gets it back, and nearly had his second goal of the night.
Great chance there by Beach. I like what he's thinking. He's just got to shoot it on that first shot there.
Rogers kept it in, and now down low in the circle. Huskers trying to apply some more offensive pressure. Adamski sends it to the opposite side to check out. Now here's a quick skate up in front with Reiser. His shot goes off, and a big hit after the whistle. Kind of surprised we don't see any extracurricular after that as Reiser got laid out.
Yeah, it was definitely a late hit there on Reiser, but the ref couldn't see where the puck was. He thought that Jacob Morgan had it in his glove, but in fact it dropped right out of his glove. I can't believe they blew the whistle that prematurely, and then Reiser has to pay for it, taking the big blow. But no penalties. Face off to the right of Morgan.
Some top offensive options out there for Creighton right now with Altier and Kubicek. So after the draw in Nebraska territory, they're not able to take advantage quite yet. Lachey backtracking and dekes around Beach. Takes it himself, snapped at and poked away. Beach, his stick slams into the board, takes the puck into the O-zone. Beach to the center, nearly had that one.
Great move there by Beach.
Beach still with the puck on his stick. Always a dangerous player when that's the case in the offensive zone. Weber behind the net as he tries to find an angle. Lojing trying to keep it in, sends it toward the net. Calderon keeping it honest. Just around 7 minutes left, period 2, as the puck skirts by Payton, and Morgan will cover it up.
That one went through the 5-hole of Payton into the glove of Morgan, but 7:01 to go. Huskers still playing the game they like against a highly offensive team like Creighton that scores almost 5 goals a game. Just gotta keep playing your game, gotta keep moving your feet. Creighton looks like they're picking up the physicality, they're picking up their feet. Huskers gotta keep their foot on the gas. Don't let Creighton creep back into this game.
Seems like defensively, that's all head coach Reed Fuller could ask for during that last shift. They handle the offensive Altier and Kubicek pretty well. Lucius lost his footing for a moment. So Middleton sends it up in front to Hingsberger. Chased down with Schugel and Bothius. Bothius the first to the puck. Topol unable to take control of it though, so now behind the net, Middleton has it. Looking for someone to give it to. He gets it over to Schugel. His shot deflected by Zach Merritt for the Huskers. So Topol speeding ahead. The small Heath Topol, only 5'6", 145, and he brings it across once again though, and offsides.
On an odd man rush too. Oh, that is not a good feeling when you've got numbers going the other way. and then the refs call an offsides, an opportunity taken away from the Huskers. That's why you gotta drag your foot at the blue line. You gotta make sure you go all out to keep the play onside.
All these offsides haven't really been an issue earlier on in the season for Nebraska, but specifically tonight.
I was gonna say, I feel like we're getting quite a bit of stoppages.
You gotta wonder if maybe that nearly 50 days since playing a game has become a factor. As Mardessen tries to fight for it behind the goal line. Leroy coming in to try to grab the puck. Now it's Brickle in the corner against a couple of Creighton defenders. Rogers flicks it up into the air as this rainbow puck stays in play. 6 minutes and counting, period 2. Still 1-0. Huskers maybe with a chance to add on to it right in front of the slot. No one able to take control though. Leslie.
Great stick there by Leroy to keep the puck in the zone.
Puck goes ringing around. It's now Rogers off the deflection, kept in front of the net. Swiler gives it up. Now it's Schwab. Schwab in a 2-on-2. Schwab's shot deflected instantly. Good defense by Nebraska right there.
Yeah, I don't know the decision to shoot the puck there. You got a 3-on-2 going towards Jacob Morgan, and you shoot it right into the defenseman. Take your time and let the play develop. Don't rush it. Don't feel like you got to take the instant shot. Slow it down. Creighton's got to be on the same page. And you're still a whole period of play left, let alone 5 minutes left to go in this period. You can't get nervous. You got to slow it down and talk with your guys out there.
We've seen a couple of early shots in transition like here, and now another offside.
Jake, what do you think the over-under is on offsides here tonight?
I mean, off the top of my head, that's at least the 6th one we've seen in about one period and nearly through the second. So we'll have another draw at the Nebraska line here in period 2. Altier will step up. Still waiting to see who he'll take on. It'll be Nate Weber, the team captain for the Huskers. One of the best offensive options, but only called his name for the assist tonight. Add that assist to Jackson Beach earlier in period 1. He continues to be a difference maker for this Husker offense. Weber trying to get it out of there this time, though. Nebraska facing some pressure here. Anderson sends the puck rolling behind the goal line. Sturl unable to get it. As we have a loose puck in the neutral zone. Burns able to collect it and clears it out.
It looks like stoppages from another offsides there. But Jake, the Huskers have been playing great in their D zone, but specifically along the board. That's where you want to keep the puck. You don't want the puck roaming around in the middle near the slot. They've been doing a great job keeping Creighton on the outside to battle on the boards and get that puck out. So great job on the defensive end from the Huskers.
Waiting for the puck drop here at the blue line as Weber gets ready to take on Hingsberger. Those were the two out there for the ceremonial puck drop before this game started, as it is Military Appreciation Night at the John Breslow Ice Center. And now they'll move it to center ice.
And what a great little ceremony they did to honor the men and women who served this country, as the Huskers wearing different branches of the military on their nameplates.
Burns shot deflected, that time by Greg Pate.
He had Middleton with him, decided to pull the trigger instead. Great shot block there by Pate.
Big GP getting his stick up in front, as once again he continues to be a difference maker. Pate into the corner, fighting with Middleton. Huskers trying to bring it into the O-zone now with Nate Weber. Weber from the right side tried to center it for Jackson Beach. Couple of offensive juggernauts for this Husker team. Puck goes out of play off the stick of Logier. Just under 4 minutes to go here in period 2. Huskers do have the 1-goal advantage, but I would say this period has favored Creighton so far.
Yeah, definitely a lot more better opportunities, I should say, for Creighton, as we haven't seen too much work from the Huskers in Creighton's D zone.
Puck tumbling in the neutral zone. Big hit on the near side against Joey Lucius. If you're just joining us, Lucius making his Husker debut tonight. He's down low, back up top now. Clapper gets deflected up in front of the net. So Leslie from the point in front of his bench will roll it around the wall. Lucius down on the near side corner, gets hit from behind by Anderson. Another one of the newcomers on the ice tonight, only his 3rd game for Creighton here this season. As McGinnis brings it all the way around, gets behind the net. Lost the puck for a moment as it goes careening into the corner. Now it's Rogers over to the opposite side. One-timer. Good deflection in net by Calderon. Jugel swings it across. Nobody really there, though, as Middleton will just send it toward Morgan, and he will freeze it with about 2 minutes, 50 seconds left period 2.
I thought Middleton was sitting on the bench there. I thought he wasn't even in the field of play, but...
And he just went to the bench right now, so he was probably trying to check out.
One more task at hand, then you can get off.
Altier in there for the face-off. Nebraska wins it as Greg Pate flips it up ahead. Sturl keeps it in, though. Swiler behind the net. Both teams looking for the puck. Now it's Nebraska taking control. Here they come into the neutral zone. Off to the right side is Leroy. Sliding up in front. Puck goes behind the net. Leroy nearly had a chance to center it. As Pate steps in, tried to stab at it, but Swiler keeps possession. Pate and Reiser near the Creighton bench trying to fight for control, and Nebraska takes it on the near side. About 2:15 left, period 2. As Brickle holds up and avoids the hit from Sturl. Puck goes to Altier, and here comes Creighton once again. Here's Swiler from the left circle, sends one toward Morgan, and once again, the Husker goaltender is game.
Yeah, Morgan looking strong, but a great play by the big Greg Pate in the corner. Not playing the puck, but playing the body, taking the guy out of the play. We've seen him do it multiple times throughout this game. Using the body, obviously we know Greg Pate, one of the bigger defensemen on this team, making his presence known.
We have another draw in Nebraska territory. Another shot goes toward Morgan, and he gloves it again. Jacob Morgan, not the usual starter for Nebraska, as Liam Scott, who was the main starter early in this season, not with the team this weekend. He's traveling with the Division II squad. As Creighton wins another face-off, Kroski trying to find an angle, gets it up top to Kubicek. Blue Jays could tie things up with a goal with about a minute and 45 left in period 2, but now a breakaway. Here comes Beach once again. Gets in tight, but off the pad of Calderon. Then the puck rebounds and scores! I think Calderon took a breath of relief a little bit too early, and all of a sudden Nebraska leads it 2-0 as Nate Weber able to score off the rebound.
Nate Weber with his 9th goal of the season, hit the salute, the Yager celebration. Gotta love that, but it was a great initial save by Charles Calderon on the breakaway from Jackson Beach, and all alone made the great pad save. Looked like Beach was looking to go 5-hole, but Calderon was with them the whole way. Puck goes out into the far corner. Nate Weber throws it on net, and then he hits him with the salute.
So 2 points tonight for Nate Weber. He had the assist to Beach earlier in the game and finds a goal right there. 90 seconds and counting here in period 2. Huskers have a 2-goal advantage at home. Pass deflected that time as Altier tried to give it up to a teammate, and the Blue Jays will have to reset it. Anderson's pass to Lachey skips away, and Leslie brings it over to the opposite side for Nebraska. Pass banks off the wall, and here they come once again. Another offsides, though. So that stops the clock with just over a minute left, and we will have another face-off.
That would have been another great opportunity there for the Huskers, but I'm surprised they didn't call an interference penalty at mid-ice. It looked like Timmy Leroy got taken down. Not sure if he got a tip of the puck, but play goes offsides either way. Faceoff will come out to the neutral zone.
Huskers win it, but then tapped back into Creighton territory, so it's 60 seconds and counting. The Blue Jays trying to survive this period without anything else into the back of the net.
Looks like a hand pass there. I think one of the Creighton Blue Jays gloved it and put it in a favorable direction, which is why the whistle was blown.
So Huskers bringing on almost an entirely new line. Lojing, the defender, steps out there. Heath Topel as well. Face-off coming in the Nebraska O-zone. We'll see with about 54 seconds left if all of a sudden Nebraska may be up 3-0. Get the drop. Puck goes careening behind the net. Loose over to the near side as Lachey skips ahead and gets it to Altier from the right circle. Rips one toward the net. Missed it a little bit wide. Good save up in front. Puck still around the net as the defense for Nebraska tries to clear it out of there.
Losing with a great play in front there.
Off the arm of Losing, and he felt that one. Altier from the slot. Nearly missed it. As now puck is loose. Creighton trying to take advantage. 20 seconds and counting in period 2.
Morgan without his stick once again.
Dangerous position for Nebraska as they lead it 2-0. Creighton with about 10 seconds to score in the second period.
Yeah, you're just hoping to get out of this period unscathed right now if you're Nebraska.
From the point, it's a deflection. Puck still around the circle, and the final second ticks down, and the buzzer sounds. Kind of a scramble finish to period 2, but overall, it's another win of the period for Nebraska. Another goal scores as it's Nate Weber making it 2-0 for Nebraska here at home.
There's some pushing and shoving there at the end of the period between Sean Burns and Heath Topel. Quite the size difference there at center ice. But some dangerous opportunities there. At the end of that period, Huskers able to leave the period now up 2.
Well, they'll take the 2-goal advantage into the final 20 minutes of play here in Lincoln. Creighton with some work to do as we get ready for period 3 right after this on the Husker Hockey YouTube channel. Welcome back for some Husker hockey. Ready to start period 3. Nebraska leads Creighton 2-0 after 1 goal in the first and 1 goal in the second. It was Beach from Weber, and then it was Weber from no one. We thought it was an assist right after the goal, maybe a deflection over off the shot of Weber, but ended up, after looking at the replay, we believe an unassisted goal. So it sits 2-0, and something to consider here, Keegan. Jacob Morgan, no shutouts all season long. It's been a tough 2024-25 campaign, but tonight he's 20 minutes away from his first shutout performance and potentially his 7th win in net.
Well, yeah, Jake, well, usually we don't like using the S word before the game is over, but Jacob Morgan's been playing a terrific game. Coming into this season, there was a lot of questions about how the Nebraska goaltending situation would look like with Alex Kopp on his way out, but the freshman Jacob Morgan has played great hockey, has fit into that starting goalie role very well. 6 wins, 3 losses, a shootout loss in 10 games played this season. He has been fantastic, probably the Huskers' best player here tonight.
Creighton wins the opening face-off. They've got just under 20 minutes left to come up with at least 2 goals, maybe more, as the Husker offense has been very active here tonight. Around the net, now up in front, nearly found one of them right there, as Altier not able to find a shot attempt though. Anderson's clapper goes off to the side as Nebraska finds a deflection. Now it's Quevedo looking for space, flips it up in front, and backtracking is Sean Burns, the defenseman. He spins back, leaves it for Altier. Beach once again always applying pressure up in front.
Yeah, it was a great play there by Quevedo. Saw he didn't have any passing lanes, decided to flip the puck out. Here come the Huskers the other way.
Beach tries to get it inside, nearly over the right shoulder of Charles Calderon. Doesn't quite go this time though. So the Huskers fighting for it in Creighton territory.
If you're the Huskers, you got to keep your foot on the gas here. You got to be playing this game like it is 0-0. Don't even let Creighton get the chance to even sniff out a goal.
Anderson works it across and brings it into the Nebraska zone. He had an assist in 2 games played last weekend, his first 2 as a Blue Jay. Nebraska bringing it into the offensive zone now. Reaching out for it is Leroy. He'll just flip it toward the net. Deflected out of there though. Puck still loose. Another rebound shot as Mardessen nearly fitted through.
Mardessen had an extra second there. Might have had time to grapple the puck and get some more elevation on it.
Baldias off the backtrack, sent it to the glove of Calderon. Loose puck to the right side of the net. Another shot attempt. Good save by Calderon over the top of the crossbar. Leroy's shot from the right side off his knees doesn't fit through. As once again, it's covered up by Calderon. A bit of a scramble defensively for Creighton. Nobody really there to provide support for Calderon.
Kind of got what I asked for there, Jake. Mardessen take an extra chance to cradle the puck and get a better shot up. But there's a great opportunity with Caden Davis sitting in front of the net. Davis Mardessen tried doing a little backhand pass from behind the net out in front, but the puck took a weird little hop, just a small hop over his stick, unable to get a full pass to the stick of Caden Davis. Would have been a tap-in goal for the Huskers, but instead faceoff will be to the left of Charles Calderon.
First time we've seen Caden Davis in the game tonight. Usually a very active player for this Nebraska team, finds himself in front of the net quite a bit. Here comes Jack Schwab, bringing it into the Nebraska zone. Deflected out of there by Morgan. Still 2-0, about 17:30 to go in this game.
Huskers been doing a great job keeping these shots from Creighton on the outside, making sure that Jacob Morgan has full visibility, make it as easy of a save as possible.
Kroski rips one, and off the deflection goes out of play. Reiser kind of sticking his stick up in there, trying to deflect it at the downward angle past Jacob Morgan, but instead it will stop the clock, and we'll have a face-off in the Nebraska zone.
And Creighton, they're getting chances from the outside, but they need to slow it down in the O zone, get a body in front of the net, take away the seeing lane from Jacob Morgan. The team has big bodies on it. You just got to park him in front of the net, make sure he doesn't move, get some shots on, get some low shots on, hope for maybe a little greasy goal so they can get back in this game.
Altier tries to keep it in around the blue line as it brings around toward the Nebraska bench. Topol lets it get by him. Kroski bounces it off the wall. Leslie trying to get it out of the zone. Nebraska sends it up in front. Topol reaching in there with his stick. Not able to take it away from Kubicek, though.
It was a blind pass into the neutral zone, but it almost worked out as Topol almost had a chance to take it away and would have had a chance going the other way.
Big hit sends Topol to the floor, but now here comes McGinnis in the slot. Lost it, though, over to the left side. Fighting for it in the corner. A couple of Huskers down on their knees, so Creighton trying to take advantage now. Kubicek across the near side. He glides into neutral ice to bring the puck into the Nebraska zone. Fakes the pass to Altier. Keeps it on his stick and just backhands it behind the goal line. Here's Altier now, bringing it up in front to the slot. Burns over to the circle now with Schugel. He lost his footing. Has to give it back up top to Burns. And Jacob Morgan once again grabs it.
Another great example of Huskers doing a great job forcing these shots on the outside, making sure that Jacob Morgan has full visibility. And Huskers need to do a good job controlling that middle of the ice, controlling the slot, make sure that no blue jerseys are in the vicinity of the blue paint of Jacob Morgan.
Creighton wins another draw in Nebraska territory. Huskers desperately trying to get it out of there now with Jack Dugan, who goes after Bishop Schugel. Creighton backtracks it, pass gets whiffed. Beach was right there on the puck, but got collided with. So now here comes Mason Anderson. Anderson sends it to Morgan, who makes the catch once again and stops the clock. Just under 16 minutes left here in game one of the series this weekend.
This top line has been great for the Huskers so far. We saw the Beach-Weber goal in the first period, a great little passing play between those two, and then the Weber shot that somehow hit nobody on the way to the net from the Beach breakaway to give the Huskers a 2-0 lead. That top line has been great here, not only tonight, but throughout the whole season for the Huskers.
Pate handles the puck, gets it intercepted, though, by Hingsberger. Hingsberger backs it out over to Mason Anderson. He's seen quite a bit of ice time here tonight. This one clears out behind the line, and Creighton will head for a change. Dugan. It's been a quiet night for Jack Dugan, one of the top scorers on this Husker team. Now it's Weber. Brings it up in front, trying to backhand it past Calderon. Did not quite fit it through, though. Would have been his second goal of the night and gave Nebraska a 3-0 lead if he could have sent that one to the back of the net.
Yeah, it was a great move there by the leader, Nathan Weber. Using his big 6'3" frame, knew he couldn't get a shot on the forehand, so decides to move the puck onto his backhand. Maybe not the greatest opportunity, but has a chance to put the puck on the net and is able to. And you mentioned Jack Dugan on that line. Hasn't been putting up too many points this year, only has 1 assist in 17 games, but putting him on a line with Nate Weber and Jackson Beach just might be what he needs to get him going. We know he has a skill, just giving him the right weapons is what he needs to get going this season.
Leroy keeps it in front near the crease. Puck gets loose for a moment. Huskers take control once again. Leslie trying to chase after it as it skirts by him. Chase down with Rogers now. We have another icing call. We'll head back down to the Creighton zone. Tough position here for Calderon now.
Yeah, and there's some tired legs out there for Creighton as well. You can see Joe Middleton stop by the bench to grab a little sip of water, get any sort of refreshment that he can before this next puck drop.
Jays win the faceoff, bounce it off the wall and send it to the Nebraska side. 14 minutes, 30 seconds left in this hockey game as Nebraska once again will bring it down to the Creighton side and take another faceoff. This isn't any sort of penalty kill. Jays just keep clearing it out and bringing it back into their own zone.
Yeah, when you got a lot of tired guys on the ice, your goal is just to get that puck out of the zone. You're trying to get it so obviously it doesn't go the full way for the icing, but flip it off the glass just enough so it doesn't reach that far red line.
Mardessin behind the goal line trying to take it back for Nebraska. Here's Leroy now. Takes it behind the net again. Has a man up top in Leslie if he needs him. He'll take it himself to the line. As Leroy keeps it on his stick, got it taken away. Brickle tries to win it back. Back on the stick of Leroy, now up in front. Leroy from the left side sends one toward the net. Calderon covering it up. Puck still skirts by though. It's loose out in front as Merritt's shot deflected. Creighton, good defense that time.
Quite a bit of flat feet there from the Blue Jays on that shift. Timmy Leroy was skating laps around in the Creighton O-zone.
Merritt's long pass taken by Lucius. That shot by McGinnis off the bar. Huskers keeping it in the zone quite a bit over the last few minutes.
And McGinnis had some room upstairs there, just couldn't elevate it to where he wanted it.
Puck goes out. Pompeius takes control. He gets poked at for a moment by Lachey, but Nebraska will maintain possession of the puck. That pass by Pompeius goes into the corner. Fight for it one-on-one with Anderson. It looks like McGinnis, or no, check that, Leroy in the corner. Creighton comes away with it. Here comes Sturl into the Nebraska zone. Sturl by himself, takes it in front, doesn't take the shot, lost his footing. Still has the puck, gives it up top now to Kroski. Kroski's shot attempt deflected. And now the puck skips by Topol. And they will call off the icing. Topol whiffs on that attempt. Whitehill sends it around the other side. Topol still behind the net. Has a man up top in Zach Merritt if he needs it. Pass deflected by Kubicek. Merritt smacks it with his hand, tries to keep it in. And the Huskers will have to reset it.
What a chance that almost was for the Huskers. Topol would have been gone and running if he was able to catch that pass. A guy who always is moving his feet, just couldn't corral the puck there.
High clear out from Altier as Altier and Kubicek head to the bench for Creighton. So some of the top offensive options not out there on the ice with about 12 minutes left in this game. Still down by 2 goals. Nebraska once again in the offensive zone. Trying to work it back out. They'll get it on the stick of Greg Pate. His pass deflected and taken the other way. Now it's Schugel from the left side. Schugel sends it. Good slide there from Pate to deflect the shot.
Yeah, Jake Pate's been having a great game, using his body, making his presence known, sliding down and blocking shots. Those are the players that the guys on your team and behind the bench love the most, willing to put your body on the line. And even, I will say, from my playing days, even with all that padding you have on, it is not a good feeling to take that puck. Pate, willing to put his body on the line, that's something that all of his teammates will respect.
Weber wins the face-off, and now here comes Nebraska trying to set it up with Matt Leslie. Behind the line, over the head of Nate Weber. Dugan gets hit from behind from Burns. No icing call. As Creighton once again lets the puck get in their zone. Here's Leslie from the slot, tries to work it up in front. Pass got deflected though. So once again, now they have it over to Sean Rogers. Rogers sends one toward Calderon. Puck still up for grabs, up in front of the net, and off the rebound, Nebraska scores! 3-0 lead for the Huskers here at home. As it's Nate Weber for the second time here tonight.
Number 9 has goal number 10 of the season, probably the easiest goal he's gonna score in his ACHA career. Wide open tap-in goal, some great work from the Huskers in the O-zone there to set up that play. Got Calderon moving, and an easy tap-in goal from Nate Weber. Great work there from the Huskers.
How about Nate Weber with 3 points here tonight? Couple of goals and an assist earlier on in the first period. 3-0 lead for the Huskers, nearly halfway through period 3. A lot of action in the Creighton zone over the past few minutes, and Weber takes advantage. But now Jacob Morgan has to focus up as the Jays have the puck up in front. Lachey down low at the corner, back up top to the point. Here's Anderson. He sends a wrister down on the ice, deflected by Morgan. Another shot. That time Morgan scoops it up, trying to cover it up. Puck still alive up in front of the net. Huskers scrambling to get it out of there. What a save by Jacob Morgan.
And the Huskers bench is absolutely loving it. Diving from post to post. I don't know how much of that puck he got, but it stayed out of the net. Great effort there from Jacob Morgan.
thought for a moment it had already escaped Morgan to the back of the net, and instead it stayed up in front. But now Altier once again trying again. His shot deflected up high into the net and out of play.
Good stick there by Losing. Huskers been great using their sticks all night, keeping that puck away from the net, deflecting it out of play, pushing the puck wide. They've been great with their sticks and limiting the chances for the Blue Jays.
We mentioned the struggles in net in terms of allowing goals from Jacob Morgan on the season. The record is not that bad with the 6 wins in 10 games, but so far tonight it's been a different Jacob Morgan.
And truthfully, Jake, I think Calderon hasn't been playing too bad of a game. I think he's been really solid at times, but when your offense isn't giving you almost anything, still 0 goals with now under 10 minutes to go in the game, you need to give your goalie some help on the other end of the ice.
Schugel nearly backhands it, but the Huskers take it away. Topol's soft pass deflected and stolen for Schwab for a moment. As now Nebraska resets with Bonthius as he skates past the Nebraska end, sends one over the top of Calderon. Kind of a cheeky little shot attempt right there, just keeping Calderon honest.
Yeah, Creighton needs to be stronger on their blue line from letting the Huskers get in the zone. Nick Bonthius just glided right up the middle into the zone. Creighton needs to keep moving their feet and pick up the energy if they want to get back in this one. Only a 3-goal game, still some life for the Blue Jays.
Davis working behind the goal line as the puck skirts by him. And now he tries to bring it up in front of the net. Nice chance here for Quevedo as that one misses to the far side. Nearly the 4th goal of the game for Nebraska as Schwab tries to backhand it out of Creighton territory. Now Quevedo once again applying pressure against McCown.
Adamski took a high stick from Reiser that went uncalled.
Up in front of the slot, that shot saved by Calderon. Now the other way with Altier. Altier right into the glove of Jacob Morgan. Chuck Altier, the Creighton goal-scoring leader this season with 8 of them. Still nothing to it here tonight.
Yeah, Altier along with the rest of this Blue Jay group having some trouble finding the back of the net, and Jacob Morgan's got to be enjoying himself. These shots, a lot of them coming right to the chest, right in the breadbasket, easy to swallow up. Not too many high danger scoring chances from the Blue Jays almost at all this game.
Nebraska wins the draw as they try to get it out of the zone. Top line out there for Creighton with Kubicek and Altier alongside Lachey and Sturl. Dugan chases it down with Jackson Beach as the Huskers try to apply the pressure on the forecheck. Beach does get the job done for a moment, but now here comes Kubicek. Down the alley, over to the right side, Lachey. That shot misses up high off a deflection. Kind of a ill-advised shot right there with about 8 minutes left in this game.
Like we said, D has been terrific for the Huskers this game. Another shot that gets deflected by a stick, that one off of Sean Rogers up in the outer space. Huskers need to stay strong in their own zone, try to get the puck down low in Creighton's D zone, try to waste some time off of the clock.
Kubicek dishes it down low. As now here's Lachey once again. He's got 3 multi-goal games this season. So the Jays do have plenty of goal scorers out there on the ice currently. Kubicek is one of them, up in front of the net. Another good save that time by Morgan. Here is the shot from Sturl as it goes ramping out of play again.
Kubicek, that was one of his best chances of the night. The senior with a team-leading 12 assists and 17 points. You can't let a guy like that just walk in all alone, almost untouched. Jacob Morgan staying solid in the net. Huskers need to stay strong in their defensive end.
Once again, the Nebraska defense keeps the line with Kubicek and Altier scoreless as they both head to the bench with 7.5 remaining.
Yeah, I gotta wonder if they're gonna be double shifting here in the later end of this game.
Some contact behind the net as Nebraska tries to extend this lead to 4 goals. Pate slaps it back into the zone. Mardessin, nice little pass down low, but it escapes Lojing. Check that, that's Brickle down there as he fights for it in the corner. Up in front, puck gets loose. Pate trying to stay after it. And now a potential chance here with Schugel from the left side against Lojing. That pass intercepted by Pate.
Another great play by Pate.
And now it's Sturl. He gets taken away by Leroy. Timmy Leroy now into the Creighton zone. Doesn't find much of an angle, though, from the circle. So good defense by Schwab as he takes it away, and Creighton tries to slow it down and bring it into a safer territory. Up in front of the bench. Now here comes Anderson. He sends one toward Morgan, and he will cover up. Can't say enough about the performance from Jacob Morgan here tonight. His offense has given him some support. Couple of goals from Nate Weber and then a Jackson Beach strike in the first period have the Huskers up by 3 with 6.5 remaining. Face off won by the Blue Jays as McCown sends it down low to Swiler. Another chance right in front of the net, that time by Jack Schwab. Once again rejected. Puck loose in front of the Nebraska bench. Both teams fighting for it. Now here comes Merritt. Merritt from the left side. Got slammed into the boards. Pass deflected and taken away just for a moment, but here comes Creighton the other way. Clapper up high, that time by Reiser. The shot is a little too high over the glove of Jacob Morgan. Nebraska in transition now with Lucius. Lucius from the circle sends one toward the net. A little bit too far off, though. That stops the clock, just under 6 minutes remaining.
Lucius playing in his first career ACH game. Looking for a nice little 5-hole goal there, sliding the puck on the ice. He's had a pretty good game. Haven't called his name too much tonight, but has been a great presence when he's been on the ice for the Huskers.
Another whistle, another stoppage. And with under 6 minutes remaining, how aggressive do you think Creighton has to be here?
Well, you definitely got to start picking up your feet and make sure that puck is in Nebraska's zone. Last place you want the puck is in your zone while you're down 3 goals. Creighton's got to get something going on Nebraska's end of the ice.
Lachey brings it to Kubicek. Kubicek and Altier back out there on the ice. So just a quick break for them. As down low, Morgan will cover up. And maybe some late work that time by Kubicek as the officials had to come in and put a stop to anything that was about to be started. So Altier will get set for the face-off. Good chance here for the Blue Jays. Altier wins the draw as Creighton tries to keep it in the zone. Whether or not they score hasn't really been the issue over the past couple of minutes. They've just been struggling to keep it in the Nebraska zone. Nice little dangle job by Kubicek. He works it behind the net. Puck gets away from Lachey. Up top with Sturl, feeds it down low to Kubicek. Kubicek gets jammed in the corner. Pass stolen that time with Leslie now. Huskers come away with the puck for a moment. Nice sliding effort by Kubicek to keep it neutral. Altier the other way. From the right side, glides behind the net. Found Kubicek for a moment, but once again, the Husker defense just too strong.
Creighton's been having a couple chances getting that puck out right in front of the net. Huskers need to stay strong in front of the net. They've been great there throughout the majority of this game. Don't let one slip through and give Creighton any sight of hope.
Huskers have the 3-goal advantage. 4 minutes and 30 seconds and counting left in this game as we have a penalty in the Nebraska zone. A glove was lost on the play.
Yeah, Huskers are going to go short-handed here. It's going to be Noah Whitehill for holding as he took down a Blue Jay. And make things a little more interesting. 4:25 to go. Creighton jumps on the power play, a team that's known to score goals. Having the opportunity to get that man advantage, a late penalty is the last thing you want if you're the Huskers.
One of the top offensive options out there currently for Creighton is Caden Lachey. Altier and Zach Kubicek off to the bench. Here's Sturl. Over to the right side with Anderson now. Feeding it down low. 5-on-4 advantage for Creighton for 1 minute and 50 seconds unless they score a goal here. Anderson gets it down low once again, up in front of the net. Puck is loose. Husker defense trying to scramble and cover up any gaps. Pass glides by into the boards. Here's Anderson. top of the point, feeds it back down low. Huskers filling up any of the lanes that Creighton's tried to find. One-timer is whiffed that time by Anderson. Minute 20 left on the power play. Good defense so far by Nebraska. Here's Lachey. He spins around, tries to steer it away from the defense. Sturl has to take it back to the line.
Good job by Creighton here, not forcing any shots, kind of open things up, look for that opportunity.
Over to the center now. Anderson's shot in there for a score. Looks like there may have been a deflection closer to the net, and it'll be Charles Reiser able to find the first goal of the game, and Creighton takes advantage of the power play. 3-1.
Charles Reiser, his third goal of the season, gives Creighton a little bit of hope. And like I mentioned before, Creighton not throwing everything on the net, kind of slowing things down, open up the ice to find that open lane to get a good shot off. That one just beats Morgan, and that was a great effort there from the Creighton power play. And just like that, it's only a 2-goal game once again.
And just like that, Kubicek and Altier back out onto the ice. Kubicek with the puck now, getting near the goal line. Brings it up in front, and Morgan is able to cover it up. Dangerous position there. Nearly a 1-goal game. Another nice save in net tonight by Morgan after he gives up just the first score of the night by Creighton.
And Morgan been solid all night, as you mentioned, Jake. Can't let that one get in his head. That one not his fault, as he was short-handed. He's been great. He's got to stick in the game, get out of here up 2 goals in these last 3 minutes.
Centering pass for Kubicek, skips away. So now backtracking is Krosky. Creighton trying to keep the pressure on. Another shot that time by Kubicek. Eaten alive by Jacob Morgan. Huskers, even though they're back to a 5-on-5, kind of struggling to keep the puck out of the zone.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of action down by Charles Calderon in the last few minutes here in the third period. Huskers just got to stay strong, get the stick in the passing lanes and shooting lanes, keep that puck away from Jacob Morgan.
Mardessin reaching at it. Krosky from the point keeps it in. Now it's Sean Burns, throws it on net. Puck is loose. A scramble in front of Morgan as he has to look over his shoulder. Back up top to Burns from the left circle, throws it toward the net again, and it skips away. Now the Huskers have a chance to maybe clear it out at least, as Leroy will chase it down. We'll have an icing call, and that'll bring the puck right back into the Nebraska zone.
Leroy was almost sprung for a breakaway in there. Pass just out of his reach, goes all the way the length of the ice. Back into the Nebraska zone. Not something you want late in this game. Make the simple pass. You don't want to bring the puck back into your zone when it should be an offensive chance for you in Creighton zone. Not a great pass there. Huskers need to stay locked in on D here.
Nebraska needs to survive for just over 2 minutes left with this 3-1 advantage. Pate from behind the line, getting pressured by Altier. Off the wall, Leroy can't quite handle the pass as the defense comes in quickly. Lachey tried to feed it down low, and we have a penalty. Leroy was looking for it. He was shrugging toward the officials. Looks like they're going to catch Sean Burns here. And that's tough for Creighton. They are making such a strong comeback effort over the past couple of minutes, and just like that, Nebraska has the power play.
Yeah, Jake, that's just a momentum killer. Sean Burns guilty of the penalty. You get the power play goal, you're only within 2 now, and now with 2 minutes left and 2 minutes up on the board for the Huskers power play, Creighton's gonna need a miracle here.
Quick clear out as the Blue Jays, at this point you gotta think they have to find something shorthanded here if they have any chance of coming back down 3-1.
Well, eventually you think you're going to have to pull Charles Calderon just to make it 5-on-5 hockey, just so you have a chance to score a goal.
Leroy's pass over to Merritt, taken away by Kubicek now, as he will flick it up in front. Morgan will hold on to it as the Huskers reset. 90 seconds left in this game. 3-1 lead for Nebraska.
Calderon kind of creeping out of his blue paint, wondering if he'll get the signal to come to the bench. Won't be able to now with the Huskers coming the other way.
Nebraska once again into the O-zone. Here's Beach, works it behind the net, looking for an angle. He's got Leroy up top if he wanted him. As the puck gets poked at and maybe taken away for a moment, loose in the Creighton zone. Nebraska keeps it in, 60 seconds and counting. Left in this game and another score! Four to 1 lead, and who else but Nate Weber? His third goal of the night, and how about the first hat trick of 2025?
Nate Weber, throw your hats on the ice, folks. Nate Weber puts the icing on the cake of this game, makes it a 4-1 lead in favor of the Huskers. Nate Weber doing it all himself tonight. What a game by him.
Nate Weber with 3 goals and an assist tonight against Creighton, one of his best games of his career.
I think that's enough to make him the first star of the game.
It certainly is. 4-1 advantage for Nebraska here in the first game of the weekend. These teams will match up again tomorrow afternoon, and we'll see if Nebraska could find another successful performance. Lucius from the right side gives it up in front of the net. And 30 ticks left and counting here tonight on a Friday night in Lincoln. First game back at the Breslow Center since November 16th.
What a game it was. Great effort and execution by the Huskers. They played a great 3 periods of hockey here tonight.
Into the corner now, 10 seconds and counting. How about the performance of Jacob Morgan in net tonight? Just 1 goal slides by. By far, I would say his best performance of the season.
Absolutely. Jacob Morgan, one of the main reasons the score is what it is, why Creighton only had 1 goal. Jacob Morgan with a tremendous performance. Great job by the freshman.
In 10 games prior to tonight, Jacob Morgan allowed only 1 goal just 3 times of those 10. He gave up 4 goals in a game earlier this season against this Creighton Blue Jays squad, but it was, as we said earlier, a nearly completely different Jacob Morgan in the crease tonight for the Big Red. Yeah,
he was terrific. Nebraska earns their first win against Creighton since February 3rd of 2024. So we're approaching the 1-year mark. We won't quite get there as the Huskers leave the John Breslow Ice Arena with a 4-1 victory here. What a game by the Big Red. They came out and they looked like they wanted to win. A team that hasn't played in well over a month, they came out firing. They were excited to be back here in Lincoln, back on the ice, and what a reward for a 4-1 win.
The Blue Jays struggled to keep Nebraska's top 2 options in Nate Weber and Jackson Beach off the scoreboard here tonight. Goals from Beach in the first, and then Weber in the second, and then twice in the third. The lone goal for Creighton coming from Charles Reiser in the third, and that is how we have a 4-1 victory for Nebraska here tonight. Make sure you rebound back with us here tomorrow afternoon as Nebraska looks to make it 2 in a row against their in-state rival, the Creighton Blue Jays. But for everyone involved, this is Jake Schrantz signing off from the John Breslow Ice Center.